All sorts of photographers, myself included, feel like if we don't have the newest, latest gear, then we're falling behind and there's no way we'll be able to keep up. We're not going to be able to produce good images, and we're definitely not going to put out great images. But that's really not the case. After a certain price point on cameras, it becomes less about image quality and more about convenience options that the camera itself will offer. So that's why I wanted to make this video about this camera, which is almost a decade old at this point. This is the Canon 80D. I'm not going to go too much into the spec sheet of this camera because that's not what this is about. This is about what you can achieve with the camera in real world use. So really quickly, it's got a 24.2 megapixel APS-C size sensor, and that's all the specs I'm gonna give you. Aside from, I don't wanna waste your time here. If you're looking for a video camera, this one isn't the one, as it only shoots in 1080p at 60 frames as its highest settings. No 4K whatsoever, no 120 whatsoever. So if you're here for video, this camera's not for you. If you're here for photography, however, it's a completely different story, and this decade-old camera will surprise you. So photography-wise, this camera is on par with a camera that came out quite a while later, the Sony ZV-E10, which I'm using to make this video. It's got a 24.2 megapixel sensor, and for the price that you can get this camera at, that's gonna get you some really crisp, clean, sharp images. So let's go outside and go over some real world scenarios. Honestly, as far as the daily use of this camera, I've been using it for, I'd say, about 3 months now. And again, for video, it's not exactly modern. I wouldn't recommend it at all for video, but it's made the photography experience a little bit different for me. It's changed the way that I think about it. It might be the fact that it's a DSLR and not a mirrorless camera. It may just be the fact that it's larger or whatever, but something about using this camera feels more substantial. It feels like I work more for my images. Not to knock the ZV-E10, it's fantastic, especially for video, but I think for photo, this is my go-to now. The tactile feel of changing the settings, learning the camera, learning where the buttons are to the point where I don't even have to look at it anymore while I'm using it has enabled me to get shots like this. The fact is, a lot of higher end older cameras are gonna have features that newer and more modern entry-level cameras just aren't. So I'm not even specifically saying to go out and buy yourself an 80D. I'm not even saying to go with Canon. I guess this video is kind of meant to be for photographers like me who don't have the money to just throw away. Photographers who aren't going to be able to just drop $3,000 like it's nothing. And you get down on yourself thinking, I can't afford the newest and the best. Don't get down on yourself. Check out the used market. There are cameras like this one from a decade ago that still hold up really, really well today at a fraction of the price. So instead of trying to figure out how you're ever going to afford an R3, check out the used market and find something along the lines of the 80D or even like a 6D Mark II. If I'm remembering my cameras correctly, that's a full frame, and it's really not that expensive, and the images that come out of it will hold up to some of these newer cameras. I mean, you look at the age difference between the camera I'm recording this on, the Sony ZV-E10, and this camera. The Sony ZV-E10 came out in 2021, and this came out in 2016. The 70D came out in, what, 2014, 2012? Hell, I still sometimes shoot on a point-and-shoot Canon PowerShot SX50HS that came out in 2012. I took this image with that camera. So it really comes down to you understanding your gear, not fretting about having the newest, latest, greatest thing, and just getting out there and learning your equipment. But all said, would I recommend the 80D? 100%. The use of the optical viewfinder, which has 100% coverage, makes composition super easy, way easier than it was setting up this shot on the ZV-E10, where I kept cutting off the shot like right here, which, you know, might be great for the viewer, but compositionally, it's not ideal. It's got the dual pixel autofocus that Canon is famous for. The color reproduction, the colors that come out of this are beautiful. The images edit wonderfully. You can shoot in RAW. It can transfer over Wi-Fi. It's modern enough. The 24.2 megapixel sensor is on par image-wise with the ZV-E10. So if you find yourself wondering if you should buy new or modern or buy something a little bit older, I think you're gonna get more bang for your buck getting something like this over checking out the new market. Would I recommend the Canon 80D in 2025? Yes.